Alafia, Alafia. Hope everybody's been well. Yeah, sorry I haven't been making a lot of videos. I've been recently doing my Master Mason studying catechism classes, and today I just recited my proficiency and I passed as a Master Mason. So now I'm able to sit in any of the officer chairs because I just recited my Master Mason's catechism book. But somebody had asked me last month about the being a vegan and being part of this tradition. Um, I want to say that I personally, or I have seen personally, very rare people being a vegan in this tradition. Um, from my understanding, it's not a problem being a vegan. That's your right if you want to be vegetarian or vegan or anything like that. That's always up to you. But I just want to let you know that being vegan can bring some difficulties. If you're not good with meat or you're not satisfied with the animal ceremonies. Um, being part of the Lukumi tradition or even Isheshe tradition, there are some animal ceremonies that you would have to do. You would have to participate in. There are also certain things that you would have to consume. Um, that's something that we cannot bypass, especially being the Lukumi tradition. You can't bypass that. I can't speak too much about Isheshe if they allow it to be bypassed, but I know within the Lukumi tradition, you cannot bypass certain things that you have to consume orally. That's just being part of the tradition, is part of the Ashe from the Orisa. It's part of you harnessing yourself, being one spiritually within the tradition. Being vegan, that's optional, and sometimes it's not optional. Sometimes it's a health concern, and that's something that maybe that can be divine, and see if the Orisha allows maybe just a tiny bit of it and not a normal consuming portion, what we usually give to the Aborisha or to the new initiate, the Iyawo or Yawo. There probably could be some modifications if the Orisha allows it, but there's still parts where you have to do, you know, that's part of the tradition. That's part of you being Iyalosha Babalosha. If you are going to be a Iyalosha Babalosha or an Olorisa and you want to make those steps, being a vegan is going to be, or even dealing with animals itself, um, I don't know if it's going to work out for you, to be honest with you. There's certain things you're going to have to do, certain bulls, um, certain ceremonies that require animals, and that's just part of it. That's just part of it, and you can't go past about it. Whether it's getting your hands dirty or whether it's you consuming some animal body part. For us, that's normal. People who eat animals, that's normal. But if you're vegan, I understand that might be a little bit overwhelming for you. But it's being part of the tradition. It's not nothing personal, and just enjoy the tradition. The tradition was here for 9,000 BCE. It's best that you enjoy it. Enjoy the tradition. Enjoy what your ancestors bring upon. Um, there's certain rules and regulations certain people don't like, but you know what? We're practicing an ancient tradition, And should it modify for you is up to the Olorisa. I don't modify it unless if it's a health concern. I don't modify it, you know. But if it is a health concern and something, then I would modify it. Like I know a person who can't taste rum. Like they get sick, or they get really, really sick, or something that breaks out on them. I forgot what it was. Um, my dad, he didn't know this, about the person. He knew the person couldn't drink and couldn't have alcohol. So my dad gave him a cigar, and he smoked cigars normally, but the cigar had an alcohol flavor like anise. It was like an anise cigar, and the guy thought it was, maybe just a smell. He didn't think that it was actually dipped in anise. And when he dipped it anise, it was dipped in anise. And when he smoked the cigar, he started to break out, like within minutes. Like his throat started to itch, and he asked my dad, "What's in this cigar?" And my dad says, "Anise." He said, "Is it dipped in anise?" He's like, "Yeah, it's dipped in anise." And the guy, the guy went home to take his insulin or medication or something like that. I forgot what it was. But if it's not a health concern, then I don't see why the Olorisha should not modify it. But if it's not a health concern and you're just a vegan or vegetarian because you feel like, you know, it's an option for you, then I it's just one of those things where you're just gonna have to do what you have to do. If you want to be part of this tradition, you're just gonna have to play by the rules. And it's not because we're giving you these animal, I want to say, the meat. We're not giving you the meat to to just for there's a purpose behind it, and there's a reason why we do it that way. And you will see the day when it's your time. You will see, but I don't want to tell you and not take the fun out of it, or not take away the experience from you too much. But I do want to let you know that there are certain things that we consume when we get into priesthood. There are certain things that we do when we get into priesthood. Yeah, it becomes a little bit more intense. But if you're not willing to go that far deep in, then um, don't do it. Just be a normal aborisha, which is, a worshiper, and just live your life happy, until the day when you decide you want to do it. Or the day you decide, okay, maybe it's not asking for all the time, but maybe certain times or certain ceremonies required, I'm willing to do it. But if it's because of your health concern, that's something where it would have to be divine, and the Orisha would have to tailor it to yours. But even though if it's still tailored, then I don't know how you're gonna work when you have godchildren, because you can't tailor it to a godchildren. That's on you. It could be difficult. It could be difficult. That's what I want to say about being a vegan in this tradition. And there's just certain things that you're gonna have to do, and it could be modified if it's a health concern. But if it's not a health concern, then it won't be modified. That's something that you would have to explain with your elders. Sit down and talk to them. But most initiations, they require a certain animal consume, and it's nothing really like things that what normal people don't eat. I'll be honest with you, it's nothing crazy. You're not gonna eat like a brain from a goat type of thing, you know. I'm just saying it's just normal stuff. You're not gonna eat crazy stuff. I'm telling you, you're not gonna eat crazy stuff. I've never been in a ceremony where I didn't eat something that I have eaten before. You know, I'll just leave it like that. And I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to deprive you from the experience. So again, yeah. So take care, Ashe or dabo. Peace.